everyone, this is Karen Fomafung, your Agile Evangelist, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you something very interesting in Azure DevOps. I think this is our 5th episode of Azure DevOps. I'm going to be showing you how to conduct capacity planning right in Azure DevOps. You will not need to use no Excel spreadsheet. You will not need to depend on any extra or outside or external resource. If your team uses Azure DevOps, right there in Azure DevOps, you can easily conduct your capacity planning and plan a smooth sprint that will deliver value to your customers and make everyone happy. So this is very important that you watch until the very end so that you don't miss any step on how to do this. For your teams, your Agile teams to be effective in the way they deliver outcomes, capacity planning is an essential piece of that. And today I'm going to be giving you the team all free of charge. Again, if this is your first time here, thank you for joining. Please make sure that you're clicking that subscription button, share with your friends, drop the comments. Here, nobody is judging anyone. This is the safest place where we can fail fast, learn fast, grow together, and no one is judging you. So at the end of this video, you will understand the prerequisites to be able to successfully leverage the capacity planning functionality in Azure DevOps. Secondly, you will understand what it takes to successfully set up capacity planning. And third, you will understand how to monitor and plan for your work effectively using the capacity planning that you have conducted together with your teams. So it is very important that you stay tuned and watch until the very end. Now, I'm going to dive straight into it and let us get started. So at this point, we are under the assumption that we already have a project set up in Azure DevOps or ADO. This is a project that we will be working on, eLearn website project. So the project already exists. Now, how do we go about setting up our capacity? Before we do that, the first thing that we need to do is to understand the prerequisites to be able to leverage capacity functionality. Now, on the left-hand side on the Jira platform, the Azure DevOps platform, is where you have most of the menu items. So if you go on board right here, you don't need to click on it, just hover your cursor over it, and then you select sprints. Right. So as you've selected the sprints, this sprint already started on the 11th. So this sprint is a sprint as of the 11th until October 24th. This is the duration of this sprint. So this is the view you see right here. So let's start on the very first one, task board. If you click on task board, you will see all the user stories that we have in place, right? Now, for us to be able to successfully leverage the capacity functionality, we will need to test out our user stories. That is, our user stories have to be broken down into tasks. So how do we break down our user stories into tasks? There are different ways of doing it, right from the task board view where you monitor the progress of your work. You can easily just add tasks of individual user stories. So these are the user stories, and then these are the tasks of individual user stories. You can add task by clicking the plus button here. As you can see here, let me just add this task. Let me just say testing. That's all. And then you add one more task. You can add one more task to say peer review. That's one way. Now let's add a task. Let's task out this account login user story from the other way of tasking out the work. So if you come to up here, right, click on backlog. So if you click on backlog, it will only show us the item from a backlog view that are currently in this sprint. It's not going to show us all the other backlog items. So this view right now is the items that are currently committed in these sprints. So how do we create tasks of these individual user stories? So you see this arrow button here, it only shows us that it tells us that this already have tasks, right? But we can add more tasks, and to add more tasks is just to click this plus button. But I don't want to add more tasks on these user stories. So I'm just going to add tasks on the user stories that don't have any task yet. So how do we go about it? So click on that plus button, right? And then this is a new task, as you can see here. You just enter whatever you're looking to enter. Design. This is the task. That's a summary of the task. I'm not going to be filling out all the details right now for the sake of the purpose of this video, because the purpose is to focus on capacity planning. So not to show you how to create tasks and stuff. So I'm just going to save and close. That's it. Now we have one task under this. I want to add more task. Develop. That will be the other task that we'll be doing on that user story. Now, in this one, I'm not going to click save and close. There is one more thing that I would have. Well, let me just go and click save and close. I'll show you later. I'm just going to leave those two at that. And then I'm going to add task on this last story, reset password. So what are the tasks on this reset password? We'll be designing that functionality. That's it. All right, now I'm just going to click this, wrap this up back to minimize the view. So these are all the tasks under this user story. So to hide them, I'm clicking that. That's all. Now we have all the tasks. That's the first prerequisite. The second prerequisite is that the task has to be estimated. The task level, for us to be able to use our capacity planning effectively, we need to make sure that our tasks are estimated. That is the second prerequisite. So let us go ahead to estimate our task. Click the drop-down button. I'm just going to open this task here. And then I'm going to enter the estimate for this task. It's already entered at, let me put 8 hours. So we're going to take 8 hours to finish this work. Save and close. I'm opening this second one. I'm going to estimate this at 3 hours. Save and close. Opening the third one. I'm going to estimate it at 4 hours. Opening the fifth one. I'm going to estimate this fifth one. So where you put in the estimate again, remaining work is where you enter the estimate right here. I'm going to estimate this at 2 hours. Save and close. Then the last story. Oh, the last story has so many tasks, man. All right. I hope you people will not be bored watching me estimate all those tasks. And let me tell you, developers don't like doing this. That has been my experience. They don't like sitting, especially if you ask them to do this during backlog refinement sessions or sprint planning sessions, they hate it. So the way I usually get them to encourage them to do it is I usually suggest that they do it offline. Let's say if we are having a backlog refinement session, we will conduct all our backlog refinement sessions, and then we take this as action items. And then when they are offline, they can now go to their individual tasks and estimate these individual tasks. So that's how I usually encourage them to not sit there and feel like they are wasting their time putting in some estimates, or tasking out the work and putting in estimates. And in Agile, the smaller the better. So I usually encourage them to task out their work, especially if they see value in it. And if they're using Azure DevOps and they want to leverage the capacity planning functionality without having to use an external tool for capacity planning like Excel spreadsheet, then yeah, the only way to do that is if we have this task estimated. You see, and it's a good practice because it encourages us to keep our works in little bites. And we all know in Agile, like I said, the smaller the better. So at this point, we have estimated all our tasks, right? We've estimated all our tasks. So right now, we have met the second prerequisite. The first prerequisite was to have the task. The second prerequisite was to estimate the task. So as we have entered all these estimates, we can see that all of the estimates have been aggregated here. All of the estimates have been aggregated, right? So now this is what we're going to do. We come to the capacity functionality here. If you click on it right here, I hope you saw that capacity. So at this point, we want to plan our capacity. So how do we do that? Where it says days off, as a Scrum Master, I will encourage my team members. I'll encourage my team members to come here and enter the days that they plan to take off, because we want to factor that out. We don't want to be planning towards some time that is really not available. So I'm encouraging them to come in here and factor in all the time that they will be out of work, and then only leave the time that they would actually be working on the project. So to do that, if you click on this here, you can add additional days off. So I'm going to click on that. And then that first team member plans to be out for 1 day. This person will be out on the 16th, only 1 day. So that's all. So once I click enter the date, it will automatically calculate that as 1 day, because 8 hours per day, right? Do the same. This second team member plans to be out for 3 days. This person will be out for 3 days. So that's it. This person is not taking no time off. And then now they'll come here and enter their capacity per day. For this particular team, their capacity per day is 8 hours. That's their capacity per day. The second person's capacity per day is 8 hours too. The third person's capacity per day is 8 hours. That's it. So as you can see, that's it. That's how we plan the capacity. So I can go ahead and assign more tasks here, but it's okay, even if I don't do it. But let me just go ahead and put it. Yeah. So now that we have this information, one of the most important buttons in this Azure DevOps is the save button. It's unlike Jira, where you don't need to always go click save and all of that. It will automatically save for you. Here, no, it's not the same. You will have to make sure you're actually clicking all the save buttons and stuff. So click the save. If you don't click it, it's gonna, all the things you've worked on will not save. So that's it. All right. So now we have planned the capacity. So how do we use that to actually conduct a sprint planning? That's the next phase we are transitioning to. To use this to actually conduct a sprint planning to make sure that you are not overcommitting to work, you're committing to work based on your available capacity, we come to task board. Click on task board. I want to show you how to make sure that you're seeing the capacity planning on the right side as you're planning your work, because it's not always there by default. That's why I had to hide it. So to find it, you come here, you see these 2 little lines here, view options. You click on the view option button, and then you select where it says site pane, right? Select the work details. Once you select the work details, the capacity now will show. So right now you can clearly see that, okay, the entire team's capacity is 163 hours based on all the estimates we've put in here to accomplish all the work in this sprint. So the total team capacity for this sprint is 136 hours. However, the team has only committed to work of 66 hours. So it shows that they still have a lot of time left. And this is why you see this long bar here. Shows that we've committed to work for this amount of time, and then all this part is still free. So in this case, what do? We can still commit to more work. And then it's even showing us the commitment per activity or per task. In total, we've committed to design work only for we've not committed to any design work yet. We still have 8 hours available for design work. For development work, out of the 48 hours that we need, we've only committed to 3 hours of work. So we still have a lot of time to commit to development work based on our available capacity. And then we have 55 hours that is not assigned yet. 55 hours of work that is not assigned yet. So something like this, I'll be asking my team, okay, team, we still have a lot of work that has not been committed to. So who wants to take up on more? So yeah, this is what it's telling us. We still have up to 55 hours worth of work that nobody has committed to it yet. So with this information, we can now go back and check and then continue to pick on more work and add to our workload. And then for deployment, we actually have 32 hours of work available, but we've committed to nothing. So we need to do more commitment. And then for the documentation work, we have 56 hours of work available for documentation, but nobody has picked on anything. So we still have a lot of capacity left there. So that is pretty much it. And then you can also see work assigned per team members now. This is per the work, per the activities, and then per team members. So right here, it usually helps us to see those that have overcommitted to work, those that still have more bandwidth, and those that haven't committed to anything. And then we make adjustments according to that. Because we usually have those people on the team that are over ambitious. They keep taking work and then they are not thinking about, okay, what's my capacity? And then they end up not finishing it. Then the team now falls behind because of that. Not with any malintentions though. It's always coming from a good place, but we want to caution them to be watchful, mindful, because the capacity is fixed. Just because you're over ambitious, we also want to be mindful on how we make commitments. Yeah, so I look at this, let's say for this person, for example, the person has committed to their 8 hours, so they still have about 56 hours left in that sprint to commit work for. And then someone like this person that hasn't committed to anything, and you also to have people like that. People will be committing to work, they'll just be quiet, they're not saying anything. And then they just keep hiding behind and not doing much, and a lot of people doing more. So we want to be fair. So this is the information, this is the data that helps us to be fair, to balance the capacity. All this is amazing information that I'm spilling out here, and I really hope you appreciate it. And please, if you've not turned on that subscription button, please do turn on that subscription button and the notification bell. Share this information with your friends so that they are also benefiting. And please make sure that you are support us. You can support us by joining joining us. Click that join button and join as a member, and you'll be having different materials that the general public don't have access to. You see, or you can also support us using the virtual dollar gift. So yeah, thank you very much. So that is it. This is it for capacity planning. And I hope this is helpful. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Please, if you have questions, use that comment section to drop your questions. And like I said earlier, no, I haven't said that yet. We have upcoming classes for the month of November. If you want to become a Scrum Master, you're just starting off, we have certification training programs, fantastic programs that you have 99% guarantee to pass your exams based on you knowing your stuff from the training. Visit our website, beingagileconsulting.com, right there, and subscribe. Enroll for our upcoming classes. If you want to be certified as a skilled Agile Framework Scrum Master, that is Safe Scrum Master, or a Safe Product Owner, also visit our website. We have upcoming classes and enroll. If you already have certification in Scrum and you're struggling to land a job, you're in the job market, or you just want to understand what it takes to develop yourself to truly be competent in doing the job, our level 2 program helps you accomplish that mission. So with that level 2 program, you will build your competencies. You will be able to now on a real life project and gain experience. You will have an opportunity to meet amazing people in the community where we all exchange knowledge, share and grow. Interview preparation, mindset transformation, confidence boosting, all of the 80% that the standard 2 days training will not give you, because the standard 2 days training only covers 11%. I'm actually usually updating it to say 20%, but according to Jeff Sutherland, he said it's only 11% of what it takes to truly be an agile practitioner. So the remaining 80% is what we cover in level 2. With level 2, you will understand the job market, understand how to go through interviews and stuff like that, and that is how you will be able to confidently go conquer and land your job. We also have the level 3 program, which is designed for those that are already on the field and they want to adding consistent value in the organization, or maybe they are just confused, they are just stuck and they want to sharpen their skill set. They need support. Our level 3 program helps you to achieve that. So you'll be working with a mentor one-on-one and they will guide you through that program. And I'm telling you, based on the different programs that I've seen out there, our programs are not even costly compared to the value that we offer. The programs are not costly at all. And then we also have the Agile Coaches mentoring program. If you're an aspiring Agile coach or you're a practicing Agile coach and you want to deepen your skills as an Agile practitioner and just excel, you're looking to transition into the Agile coaching space, we have the Agile Coaches mentoring program that will help you accomplish that. So please make sure that you're checking all these programs out. If you have questions, give us a call, send us an email, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. And I really hope to see you in our next class. Again, if you have questions about this capacity planning, put your questions in the comment section and let's all continue to learn and grow together. Please avoid coming to my LinkedIn profile to ask me questions about a video on YouTube. Please, please, I'm really begging. I hope you can understand that. If you have questions about a video on YouTube, post your questions in the comment section. That is the purpose of the comment section. You don't want to come to my LinkedIn and then you're asking me questions about a video on YouTube. If I give you that answer, how about the other people that are watching the video on YouTube? How are we going to learn together? You see, so we discourage that. If you have questions, just put them in the comment section. If you have contributions to make, it mustn't only be questions like I say all the time, I don't know it all. If you have contributions to make, put it in the comment section so that we all can continuously learn and grow together. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.